All right, good morning, everybody. So today we are going to fish this little pond. I haven't fished this one in years. I've never actually caught anything in this pond, but this pond has never been dried up, so I would assume there's fish in it. But one thing that I've always wanted to catch fish on, but I've never been good at catching fish on, the wacky rig. So that's what we got rigged up today. That's what we're gonna throw. Only thing we're gonna throw. And we're gonna do a lap around this pond, see if we can get anything. So I don't have the GoPro today, so I'm gonna have to stay kind of close to the phone for the audio. But other than that, let's get fishing and see if we can catch anything on a wacky rig. All right, so the wacky rig is something that I know a ton of people swear on. I have never had the patience for it because I always throw it for like 5 minutes. I don't think I ever let it actually hit the bottom either is the problem. But today we are going to see if we can actually catch something on the wacky rig, because I know this bait, I've seen this bait, I watch content creators who use this bait all the time, or this rig all the time, and catch giants. So let's see if I can be one of those today. The only problem is this lake. We've had a cold front recently, so I have a feeling that all the big fish are gonna be in the middle, and throwing a weightless worm, you can't really cast very far with it. But because, like I said, because of the cold front, that's why we're trying this, because it is a finesse style. So we're gonna see if we can hopefully get something on it today. The only problem is I don't know what the composition of, I don't know what the bottom of this lake looks like. I don't know if it's extremely muddy or if it is grass. So hopefully that is not going to be a major issue today, getting hung up and not actually being able to fish this well. That's one thing that I have to learn to do, is know when the bait hits the bottom. Like I've watched videos on how to tell when the bait hits the bottom, but I feel like that's something that's gonna take a long time to learn. This tripod sucks. It's not heavy enough to keep my phone upright. So the last time I came to fish this pond, I realized when I got here that the GoPro was dead. And then this morning I decided to come fish this pond and realized that the GoPro was also dead. I didn't bring it with me, so that's why I'm just fishing with the tripod today. But I don't know, I kind of like the tripod better. The only thing that's nice about having the GoPro is that I could walk away and still have audio. Or with this, I mean, I could probably get a little bit of ways away and you could still hear me, but I have to stay somewhat close to it the whole time. But for those of you who fish the wacky rig well, leave a comment down below that with some tips and tricks for the wacky rig, because somebody like me who's never thrown one, or who throws them but not well, I want to be able to use this video and comment section as like a place for people like me who see the video, who might not know how to fish a wacky rig, where they could get some tips and tricks. Obviously, it's like I said, and possibly help them gain a little more confidence in this bait, because this is something that I always want to throw, like always wanted to learn to throw, because of the fact that I fish a lot of overpressured ponds, and I just need a bait that I can throw that will catch fish in an overpressured pond. So one thing that I do know, I mean, granted, it's not like it's a hard bait to fish. It's not like it's super specific. Like, you don't have to do something crazy. You just cast out there, let it sink, pop it a couple times. But is there a technique to the pop? Is there a technique to how long you have to wait? Is it better to let it sit on the bottom or pop it more often? Is more of what my question is. And I mean, you can throw it and try all those yourself, but I want to use this channel as a way to teach people, or more of like a vlog for you to come with me on my journey of learning to fish. Whether it be learning a new bait, learning what color bait to throw in water. That's the only thing about this pond. Oh my God, you guys are a little crooked, hold on. That's the only thing about this pond that's kind of goofy, is that there's some parts of it that are extremely open. Now, granted, it's wintertime, so a lot of the vegetation that was along the edge is dying, but the spots that I think the fish would be, they're probably not here right now. They're probably, like I said, out in the like the deeper water that I'm having issues casting to. So I keep seeing a bass track on the top of the water. So I don't think he's wanting to eat top water because he's not hitting it. He's just high up in the water column. But hopefully we can get him to go down. There is also a high chance though that this pond just might have 1 or 2 fish in it, and that I might not even get him to bite. And what's funny too is I almost brought another rod just to hook up a jerk bait for this pond, but I decided against it because I want to make this video just about the wacky rig. Kind of goofy now that I think about it. Really, I should have brought a second rod, but hey, it is what it is. The thing is, this pond's not very deep, and this bait does sink a little quicker than I thought because the worm has a ton of salt on it. So I might just be letting it sit too long on the bottom. That's another thing. I feel like I should be making more cast, especially with something like this. I should be making more cast in each spot than I am, but unfortunately I don't have a ton of time to fish today. So I'm kind of trying to learn a finesse bait quickly, which doesn't work. So I guess the only good thing, I might be wrong on where the fish is, because the few that I have been seeing are sitting, like are tracking the top of the water probably 20-30 feet out. So not being able to make long bomb casts is probably okay for this pond, because with how clear this water actually is on the edges, that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to sight fish, but honestly I'm not seeing anything. So I'm just kind of casting more out to the middle where like I said, I think they are, and just working the bait back slowly. I'm letting it sink. I'm alternating between just lifting the tip of my rod and letting it flutter back down, and popping the tip of my rod and then letting it flutter back down. So far the bottom composition of the pond seems to be mostly sand, so it's hard bottom, which is kind of nice because I'm not worried about getting snagged on anything. But it also kind of sucks because that means there's nothing really for these fish. I mean, where I'm casting to, there's nothing really for these fish to sit in or on or around. How does this, can you even see it? I don't know if you can see it. It's a big knot. How does this even happen? This is ridiculous. This part that I'm at right now, it looks like it's more rock than anything, or like shells. So I'm kind of hoping this spot back here, it looks good. So hopefully we get a bite back here, because this is the spot that I've always kind of wanted to fish. I just for some reason never made it back here. Man, I thought I just had some, I'm not gonna lie, it was a rock. I'm having to move the tripod because I've been thinking the whole time, like I'm pretty sure you can hear me from here, but the whole time I've been thinking I've had that tripod really close to me, and if I do have to set hook, I'm smoking my phone. Yeah, I think about it, I probably should have had the tripod on my right side the whole time, so if I do have to set hook, I'm not setting hook into the phone. Hey, we're figuring it out though, we're getting there. One of these days Today, Junior! We'll be good at both of these, fishing and recording myself. So I feel like I've been doing good, patience-wise. Like I've not been throwing it, reeling it, throwing it, reeling it. Like I'm letting it actually sink. But it might just be this body of water. Like I know there's fish here. I don't know how much this pond is fished, but there might only be a couple of fish in this whole pond, which is kind of unfortunate because it looks good. But like I said earlier, there's no, as far as I can tell, there's no grass in the middle for them to sit in. So this pond would be very competitive on the edge. Hold on. We might have one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're not getting skunked today. That was weird. Come here, bub. Look at that. Hold on. Absolutely choked it. Where is it? You see it? We're getting there. There we go. But I'm not gonna lie. I felt him hit it. Ooh, that was actually, he choked it, but it was barely in there. But I felt him hit it. He's bleeding a little bit, so we gotta get him back in the water. But thanks for biting, pal. I felt the fish, but I didn't feel the hit. Like, he just kind of, I guess, and it didn't, I don't know, that was weird. I didn't know if they would like smoke these, like if they hit them hard, or if it was just kind of an inhale. But after he got it, I didn't think he had it. Like, I thought he might have nipped at it. But then when I saw the line get when I saw the line go taut, I was like, I think he still has it. And I set hook just to actually see, and he was still there. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Wacky Rig is a success. And one thing I always heard about the Wacky Rig is that they'll hit it on the fall. This one definitely hit it on the fall. It wasn't like he like sucked it up from the bottom. It was falling after I pulled up and let it drop. Problem is I'm kind of running out of time, and I don't want to just end on one fish, but we might have to, unfortunately. We're gonna make a couple more casts in this spot, see if we can get another one. But if not, at least it was a success. All right, everybody, so that is the end of the Wacky Rig video. I had fun. I caught one, so he didn't get skunked, and that's always good. I will say I got a little bit more confidence in it now because I caught one and I saw how the fish is gonna bite it. I mean, every bite's different, but that is probably the way most fish are gonna bite the Wacky Rig. So I have a little bit more confidence in the bait now. I'm gonna throw it more often because it's always something that I would hook up and throw for a few minutes. But at least we got one and we didn't get skunked. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.